We carefully curate our children's worlds. We scrutinize food labels, choose organic clothing, and research the safest toys. But a hidden danger often escapes our vigilance: the toxic chemicals lurking in our children's mattresses. These silent threats released over time can have profound impacts on our children's health and well-being. The average child spends a significant portion of their life asleep, their developing bodies in close contact with their mattresses. This prolonged exposure makes them particularly vulnerable to the harmful effects of these chemicals. It's a sobering reality that demands our attention and action. We must become informed and advocate for change to protect the most vulnerable among us. Phthalates, often disguised under the generic term fragrance on labels, are a group of chemicals used to make plastics more flexible and durable. These chemicals are ubiquitous in our daily lives, found in a wide range of products from personal care items like shampoos and lotions to household goods such as shower curtains and food packaging. Despite their widespread use, the potential health risks associated with phthalates are often overlooked by consumers. They are also found in many children's products, including mattresses, where they are added to soften the vinyl coverings. This is particularly concerning because children are more vulnerable to the harmful effects of these chemicals due to their developing bodies and higher exposure levels relative to their size. These endocrine disruptors interfere with hormone production, potentially leading to a host of health issues. The endocrine system is crucial for regulating growth, development, and metabolism, and any disruption can have significant long-term consequences. Studies have linked phthalate exposure to early puberty in girls, which can have emotional and physical repercussions. Early puberty is associated with increased risks of mental health issues, as well as a higher likelihood of developing certain cancers later in life. Reproductive problems in both sexes have also been connected to phthalate exposure. In men, this can manifest as reduced sperm quality and lower testosterone levels, while women may experience issues with fertility and complications during pregnancy. And even genital defects in boys such as hypospadias and cryptorchidism have been observed. These conditions can lead to long-term health problems and may require surgical intervention. While phthalates are restricted in toys, the regulations don't extend to mattresses, leaving a dangerous gap in protection for our children. This regulatory loophole means that children can still be exposed to these harmful chemicals while they sleep, a time when their bodies should be resting and recovering. This discrepancy highlights the urgent need for comprehensive regulations that encompass all products children come into contact with, especially those they sleep on every night. Parents should be empowered with the knowledge to make safer choices, and policymakers must act to close these regulatory gaps to ensure the health and safety of future generations. Flame retardants, added to mattresses to meet flammability standards, present another layer of concern. These chemicals are meant to prevent fires from starting or spreading, which is undoubtedly a crucial safety measure. However, the very substances designed to protect us from one danger may be introducing another, more insidious threat into our lives. While intended to enhance safety, many of these chemicals, including PBDEs, OPFRs, TDCPP, and PCTP, have been linked to serious health problems. Research has shown that these substances can leach out of mattresses and accumulate in household dust, leading to prolonged exposure for families. PBDEs, for instance, have been identified as a major contributor to intellectual disability in children. These chemicals can interfere with brain development, leading to long-term cognitive issues. Children are particularly vulnerable because they spend a lot of time on mattresses, whether sleeping or playing. Although PBDEs were banned by the EPA in 2012, their replacements, OPFRs, have also raised red flags. These newer chemicals were initially thought to be safer alternatives, but emerging studies suggest otherwise. Studies have linked OPFRs to reproductive issues, developmental delays, and nervous system disruption. Pregnant women and young children are especially at risk as these chemicals can affect fetal development and early childhood growth. The cycle of replacing one harmful chemical with another underscores the need for a paradigm shift in how we approach fire safety. Instead of continually substituting one potentially dangerous substance for another, we should be looking for fundamentally safer solutions. We must prioritize inherently safer materials and designs over relying on potentially toxic chemical treatments. By investing in research and development of non-toxic alternatives, we can create products that protect us from fire hazards without compromising our health. Adding to the concern is the fact that a child's body heat and weight on the mattress can increase the release of these toxic chemicals. This factor, often overlooked in current safety standards, highlights the unique vulnerability of children. As they sleep, their body heat creates a microclimate within the mattress, accelerating the volatilization of chemicals and increasing their inhalation exposure. This continuous exposure throughout the night, combined with a child's developing organs and systems, makes them particularly susceptible to the adverse effects of these chemicals. It underscores the urgent need for more stringent testing protocols that consider real-world sleep conditions and the specific vulnerabilities of children. Section 5. A pricey problem: toxins don't discriminate. The issue of toxic chemicals in mattresses isn't limited to a specific brand, price point, or country of origin. It's a pervasive problem that affects mattresses across the board. This makes it challenging for parents to shop their way out of the problem by simply choosing a more expensive or seemingly eco-friendly option. The lack of transparency in labeling and the widespread use of these chemicals necessitate a systemic solution. We need stricter regulations that hold manufacturers accountable for using safer alternatives. Consumer pressure and informed purchasing decisions can also play a crucial role in driving demand for healthier products. Section 6. Regulatory gaps, a patchwork of protection. Although some states have implemented additional limitations on certain chemicals in children's products, there's no comprehensive national law covering all classes of flame retardants. This patchwork of regulations creates confusion and leaves significant gaps in protection. The lack of a unified, science-based approach to regulating chemicals in children's products is unacceptable. We need federal legislation that prioritizes children's health and mandates comprehensive testing and labeling of all chemicals used in children's products, including mattresses. This legislation should be based on the precautionary principle, erring on the side of caution and protecting children from potential harm. Section 7. Empowering parents. Steps towards a healthier sleep haven. While advocating for systemic change is crucial, parents can take immediate steps to minimize their children's exposure to harmful chemicals in mattresses. These steps include choosing mattresses made with naturally fire-resistant materials like wool or organic cotton, opting for mattresses with minimal layering and avoiding those heavily treated with chemicals. Furthermore, parents can choose neutral-colored bedding and mattress components to reduce exposure to UV filters. Wash all bedding and sleepwear frequently in hot water with fragrance-free detergent to remove absorbed contaminants, and regularly air and vacuum clean the child's room to remove dust particles that may contain harmful chemicals. Section 8. A call to action, demanding safer sleep for our children. The issue of toxic chemicals in children's mattresses is not just a consumer safety issue, it's a children's rights issue. These chemicals can have long-term effects on a child's health, including respiratory problems, developmental delays, and even cancer. It's alarming to think that something as fundamental as a mattress, where a child spends a significant portion of their early years, could be a source of harm. Every child deserves a safe and healthy sleep environment, free from harmful chemicals that can jeopardize their health and future. A peaceful night's sleep is crucial for a child's development, affecting their physical growth, cognitive abilities, and emotional well-being. Ensuring that their sleep environment is free from toxins is a basic necessity that should not be compromised. We must demand better from manufacturers, regulators, and ourselves. Manufacturers need to be held accountable for the materials they use, and regulators must enforce stricter safety standards. As consumers, we have the power to influence these changes by making informed choices and voicing our concerns. As parents, caregivers, and concerned citizens, we have the power to affect change. By coming together and advocating for safer products, we can create a ripple effect that reaches manufacturers and policymakers. Our collective voice is powerful and can lead to significant improvements in product safety. We can contact our elected officials, urging them to prioritize children's safety in their legislative agendas. Writing letters, making phone calls, and participating in public forums are effective ways to make our voices heard. Support organizations working to eliminate toxic chemicals from children's products, such as nonprofits and advocacy groups dedicated to this cause. These organizations often have the resources and expertise to push for regulatory changes and raise public awareness, within our communities. Hosting informational sessions, distributing educational materials, and using social media platforms can help spread the message and educate others about the importance of safe sleep environments for children. By working together, we can create a world where all children can sleep soundly, knowing their health and well-being are protected. Our efforts today will pave the way for a healthier, safer future for the next generation. Let's take action now and ensure that every child has the opportunity to thrive in a safe and nurturing environment. Section 9. Our legacy, our responsibility, protecting future generations. The decisions we make today about the products we bring into our homes will have lasting impacts on the health and well-being of future generations. By choosing safer alternatives, advocating for stricter regulations, and raising awareness about the dangers of toxic chemicals, we can create a legacy of health and well-being for our children and generations to come. Let us ensure that every child has the opportunity to sleep soundly, breathe freely, and grow up in a world where their health and potential are not compromised by the silent threat of toxic chemicals. The time for action is now.